So what's good? This is Kupfull with Kennedi Marie, and so today I have JNicole Solutions, the owner, Julia Nicole, on my show today. How are you doing?
I'm great.
That's great. That's great. So I really appreciate you coming on and just talking about the endeavors that you have. So we're gonna get right into it. So with JNicole Solutions, you emphasize having a vision and having a plan and a mission statement. And so I want to know, how did you create yours and what's the importance of having one?
It's important. I'll start off with that question first. It's important to have one because I look at my mission statement, my vision statement as my ultimate destination, or my vision is my ultimate destination, and my mission is my roadmap, how I'm going to get there. For me, it was really me asking God what my purpose is, what He wanted me to do through JNicole Solutions. And so the vision that He gave me was to be the most sought after Christian resource for social media and branding for churches and faith-based entrepreneurs. My mission is to help them get in front of their target audience in a way that is consistent and cohesive, and a lot of people struggle with that as first-time business owners. So I was able to come up with that mission and vision simply off of that's what the assignment that God gave me. And so it's important, again, to have that. Otherwise, you just out there
Just going in circles.
Yeah, going in circles, working for income or whatever, as opposed to having a sense of fulfillment.
Okay, gotcha. So when you are going and starting a new venture, it's always important for the people that you surround yourself with to just be on the same mindset, positive attitude as you are. So what has been your experience just making sure that you have those right people around you when you're just starting anything?
For me, my experience was I knew I had to have a solid support system when I started this, because I lost my brother in 2017, and shortly after that is when I started JNicole Solutions. But I knew that entrepreneurship was not something that was as glamorous as people like to make it seem on social media. They kind of show the high points and not really the hard work that you have to put into it. And it was important for me to have a support team that was around me to motivate me and encourage me when I felt like giving up, but was still patient with me as I walked through the process. And so I have a faith squad. I call them my faith squad. It's 6 ladies that those are my logistical people and my creative people. They're my voice of reason, they're my encouragement and my motivation. And that's important. When you want to do epic stuff, you can't hang around people that ain't epic. So
not at all, not at all. Okay, so even you say these people surrounding you, they gotta have that certain level of standards, but you still have to maintain kind of, I guess, humbleness and like being teachable. So when they tell you, okay, this ain't it, or be honest with you, you can actually receive that. So it kind of definitely works both ways. And then I definitely want to talk about how leaving when it's time, knowing when it's time to like remove yourself from a situation or relationship or just that person's friendship when it's more harm than good.
That's how you know. When helping you, when my sister always says, if helping you hinders me, we got to put it to a halt. And it's important that when you're in relationships and friendships that you understand it's a give and take. Like if you're always depositing in a friendship and you're never able to make withdrawals, that's not something. And I'm not saying be friends with people for benefit, but I really think it has a lot to do with even the scripture, iron sharpens iron. And if I can't be around someone that will evolve and grow with me, then I'll be stagnant. And so if you want to go anywhere, you have to surround yourself with people who's going to be able to grow with you in that journey.
Yes, I agree. Back to JNicole Solutions. When you started this, you were just entering the entrepreneurship world and you were working in corporate, which you still do now. So when you were starting up, what were the challenges, if any, if there were any challenges, just balancing those two obligations?
In the beginning, it wasn't as hard. It started to get hard when I tried to scale my business or bring on more clients that I could handle. And so I had to figure out how I was going to balance my corporate job, which was at the time very flexible. My team, my direct reports made it easy for me to be able to balance coming home and working on JNicole Solutions when I got off. But it got to a point where it was like, okay, I took off a little bit more than I could chew. And having that humbling experience where I've had to back out of some projects, made me realize just how important it is to balance work and your business. I don't knock it, especially when your corporate job or your full-time job is helping you to fund your small business. I don't think there's anything wrong, but I do think that there is a level of discipline and dedication that you have for self-care, knowing how to balance and set those boundaries between the two.
Okay. So you were talking about your challenges. So when you became overwhelmed, how did you overcome and just step back and be like, okay, take a breather and just go back to getting it instead of like just giving up or shutting down?
So I had to turn down like gigs, like projects and working with people, because it was like because at the time when I first started JNicole Solutions, I was doing brand coaching and social media management. So having to do that and run 4 and 5 clients' social media, come up with social media strategies, that was a lot. So I stopped taking on new clients. I wrapped up the projects that I did have going on. And then as I was able to get some systems in place and some organization, it was able to be a better balance. But yeah, you have to go through those humbling moments.
It makes you stronger. It's not gonna kill you. So just take it in, learn a lesson, and keep it pushing. So on your social media, you have a portfolio on there, and I feel like that is very important. And so, what are the must-haves of a portfolio, and then how did you go about creating yours?
So you definitely want to, especially creators, you want to have proof. You want to have social proof that you are capable to not only complete the project or complete whatever product service that you have, but do so with a sense of excellence. Because we live in a digital world where a lot of people will go to the internet and research your business before they even approach you on your contact me form or sign up for your email list. They're going to go look for social proof. Okay, Julia, she's a brand coach, she's a graphic designer. What has she done? And so it's important that you have that social proof, because people want to know who they're doing business with. But also as a reflection for you, so you can go back. Sometimes I go back and look at my first initial projects, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have really increased in graphic design, because the first couple of projects, I was like, what was I thinking when I did that? So it's a good tool to also show how much you've grown in a sense. But it's very important that you have that portfolio, so that those that like to do their research before they buy, they have that.
Yeah, and it's definitely we're in a world where everything has to be very accessible, very convenient to them. So just having how you have it set up, I really like it, and it just makes it easier just for them to come to your page and just see everything, see it. And so I definitely want you to talk about one of your services that you have, Pick My Brain Q&A, and just your experience with that, or just talk about what that is.
So my Pick My Brain session is for those individuals that may have 5 or 6 pressing issues or questions as it relates to their branding. That may not necessarily can afford a full coaching package that includes the sessions, the homework, and the walking through starting and launching your brand. In my experience, it's really been good, because I've been able to share a lot of creative resources for those that want to take the do-it-yourself brand route. So they'll have 5 or 6 questions. Okay, how do I do this? Can you do a quick tutorial on Canva? Or can you show me how you make your graphics on your phone? Or what's a simple online marketing strategy that I can use? For those specific questions like that, that they want a direct answer to without having someone walk them through that process, it's been a really good experience for those entrepreneurs. So.
Okay, well that's good. That's great to hear. So we're gonna take a break, and it is game time with K. Marie. So the game today is guess that theme song. Okay. So I guess we can say guess that tune.
Okay.
So I got 10 tunes for you.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And you just gotta guess. What does that come from? Okay. Where is that from? You might sound familiar, but hopefully you can pinpoint all of them. So we're gonna play the first one.
Okay.
Ready?
Law and Order.
See, I told you.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
I watch these shows though. So.
Okay. backyardigans, JNicole and Tasha
Ma'am.
and Pablo.
Ma'am.
What's the other one? I don't know. But
I don't have children, so I don't like
but
that.
But it don't even come on no more. Like
but
that
Backyardigans was not a cartoon that I watched.
But still.
Do you know how old I am?
I know, but like everybody knows the Backyardigans.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know who the Backyardigans are.
Okay, well, we're going to go to the next one. All aboard the choo-choo train. Choo-choo soul. It was another cartoon kind of thing. Well, not cartoon, but you know. And the girl was on there singing on the bus and stuff. I mean, on the train. No. All right. Well,
I got nothing. That's the Parkers.
Yeah.
I had to dance a little bit.
You had to dance and get
like, what
your
was
head.
it? Yeah, that's the Parkers.
All right. Here's the next one.
Martin. Yeah, that's Martin. See,
Okay.
that's the stuff I know. I don't know
Okay,
about no
well, you
cartoons.
should know this one. So we gon' let me see.
Rugrats.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I was like, Judy,
Yes.
you don't.
Yeah, because I
You
was
don't know
Angelica.
them. Okay. All right. Here's the next one.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little...
So you don't know that with that one. The Powerpuff Girls. You know, they was starting it up and then he broke the thing.
Really?
Okay, we got two more. I think you should get at least one out of these
Oh,
two.
gosh.
So, all right, we're going to play the next one. Ed and Eddie. Okay, maybe I should have chose. I thought we was all on the same.
Girl,
No.
did this stuff come after I was in high school? When was this coming out?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. I was like, I wasn't
Little.
Yeah, I was a little bit. Okay, last one.
Okay.
You gotta get this one.
Okay.
All right.
Lord Jesus.
Take it from the inside to me.
In living color. I got the last one right.
Well, yeah.
That's so rude. Like, you had, like, cartoons out?
I thought you was gonna know the cartoons.
No.
No.
I want to go see what the Backyardigans is about.
Yeah, you need to go see what the Big Party. That was lit. That was a lit cartoon. Okay, so that was in the game time. Name that tune. So that was cool. You kind of got some of them. I should have chose some better ones apparently.
Right. Like Power Rangers or something.
Okay, so gaining independence is something that's like bittersweet. It's like yes, but it's like I don't know. So what were like in your shoes, like just in your opinion, the advantages and disadvantages of gaining independence, like personal life, home, work, just what you think? Just
I would say gaining independence is all fun and games until those bills come. like as a teenager, as a kid, couldn't wait to be grown, and then I get here and I'm like, being an adult was a trick.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was real. That was don't fall for it.
They got you.
They got me. I do though think that my experience as it relates to being independent, and I say this in the sense of being able to still have a corporate job and still have a small business, but be in corporate America or be in a position that allows you that flexibility. That's not super stressful. So when you get off at 5 p.m., you still have energy and motivation to come home and work on your own business. I do enjoy that. That's been my experience of being able to have a corporate job that allows me that flexibility.
Gotcha. Okay, so I want to dip and dive into food because me and you, we here with the food.
Right.
So
Because you know I'm going to get excited now.
Well, first I want to just talk about your experience attempting to have a healthier diet. Like, what has that been for you?
It has been, I won't say a roller coaster. It started off, unfortunately, like many others, we wait until an incident happens before we tend to be reactive with our health and not proactive. And so recently I was diagnosed with high blood pressure, and that was just something that freaked me out because I'm like, I'm not old. Like I should not be my age with high blood pressure. And so it was having a doctor put me on medication and say, you got to go to a low sodium diet. Because that runs just rampant in my family. I like, when I got to that point, I was like, okay, Lord, we're going to be on these pills, and I'm going to be off these pills by the end of 2020. So if I do what I need to do in the natural, you put your super to my natural, and we're going to be off these pills by the end of December. So I use my Fitness Pal. And the fun thing about it is being able to be creative with my cooking now that I have to watch my sodium intake. So cooking with no salt has been interesting.
Yeah, I'm thinking like,
It's been interesting. Like, I literally took anything that contains salt as far as seasonings, threw all of that away. So I don't have any salt in my home.
No Larry's, ain't got no Cajun seasoning, no hot sauce.
Nope.
But it makes you kind of think like, dang,
It does.
you know, this got salt, this got salt, and this got, and it's like, it's really crazy how just the normal for us and how we eat is just crazy.
It's
sodium, sugar, all that.
Yeah, like trying to stay under 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day.
It's a task.
It's a task, but once you get on kind of like a system, I'm used to, you know, eating light and everything. So I've enjoyed the creativity of finding things to cook.
Yeah. Getting in the kitchen and actually looking for stuff, just not looking at the front like, yeah, let me just get this. I understand. So what is like a weakness, like something that if you like, I might just need a piece of that?
So there are two weaknesses. Number one, I'm a taco lover. Fuel City Tacos.
Fuel City Tacos, y'all. If you don't know,
Let me tell y'all
you need
something.
to know.
If you have never heard of Fuel City Tacos in Dallas, Texas, if you've never experienced a Fuel City Taco,
You're missing out. Your life
you're
not
missing
complete.
out. You can skip to the next part. Fuel City, like to the tune of, I will wake up on a Saturday morning, drive from here, drive to Dallas, and come back same day with a bag of tacos. Like
Get you some tacos. It's fine. It's really
Fuel
good.
City, and then seafood boils.
Yeah, it's just like, I gotta get
Yeah, that would be a day that I don't eat nothing, so I can save all 1,500 milligrams of that sodium.
for your seafood bowl.
You're right. So eat my seafood bowl, and I'm probably gonna be over that 1,500, but that's okay. Do it in moderation. If you do it in moderation, you're good.
Yes. So I think my weakness, it gotta be chicken, man. Fried chicken.
Can't go wrong with that burger.
You can't.
You can't go wrong with that burger.
I think that's my weakness, and so I'm doing
Like Popeyes, KFC, what's the Church's?
Popeyes. Church's too greasy.
Yeah.
And what'd you say? You said KFC? I just ain't really ate there.
Yeah.
But, you know. And then apparently Church's be out of chicken, y'all.
They do.
All
the time.
I thought you was a chicken place. I thought
We
you
ain't
was
got
a
no more
bag of
breast.
chicken. I'm like, oh, dog. But yeah, Popeyes is the way.
Have you had that chicken sandwich?
Who? Popeyes? Oh, yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah, I tasted. I've always gotten the spicy one, and I didn't like it. So last night I tried the regular one
It was good.
with sweet heat sauce,
Yes, ma'am. Sweet heat. Get that black
and it was
ranch.
fresh.
It was good.
That chicken sandwich.
But
was
you
fresh.
gotta go to the right location. You probably went to the wrong one. It's only certain ones. that be
Yeah, I was
outward.
going. Yeah, I was going to the ones on campus.
So yeah. But yeah, that chicken, yeah, it's a weakness for me. And so me, right now, I'm just trying to discipline myself because I'm doing no meat
Okay.
for a month. And so it
How's
has
it
been
looking?
it has been a challenge. Like you said, being creative with what you actually eat and actually thinking. You know, instead of just grabbing things, it actually helps you have more control over how much you're eating. Exactly. So, gym life. What has been your gym life looking like? And how do you keep like the self-discipline and self-control to get up and go?
Like, I have been privileged. My brother-in-law is my Herbalife fitness coach. And so Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm with him in the gym. And he's given me some workout regimens to do through the week that when I'm not meeting with him. I think for me, because this is the first time that I've been consistent in being in the gym and sticking to it, again, is because having that high blood pressure scare. Like seeing 180 over 118, that it did something to me.
Yeah.
And so when we first started off getting in the gym, we would go in the evenings, and I learned that going earlier in the morning, I feel a lot better. I come home and I want to fix me a healthy breakfast. And so it's just I have to push myself sometimes when that alarm go off at 5 a.m. and I be like, Jesus,
take the wheel.
I'm gonna need you to get me up, because see, I got to get up. And it's something that I just get up and I'm like, I gotta push through, because I have seen the lowering of my blood pressure and even how I feel body wise, just working
and the mood
out.
and sleep, all that.
Girl, yeah, because when I would go in the evening, I would go at like 7:38, and so I would get home like 9:30, and I would be up. I'm wired, like I'm ready to. It's 1-2 o'clock before I wind down from being in the gym. So, yeah.
In the mornings, I don't do the mornings because I wouldn't have time to go to class.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I do prefer the mornings. I
Yeah.
can see the difference, but definitely. So I just go in the evenings, and of course I have a gym buddy. Shout out to you, and we stay in there. But it's all about routine, like you said, and just staying consistent. It's like the consistency. That's the main thing. So definitely, I agree with everything. So one last question. I want you to let us know what's next for JNicole Solutions. Like, what should we expect to see?
So JNicole Solutions is going through, I won't say a rebranding, but with the health issue, taking a scale back, but just seeking and asking God this next phase of programming with webinars and classes to help those individuals that prefer a do-it-yourself branding process. So you can be looking for that. Website is currently being updated. New logo, new photo looks, all of that is coming soon, but definitely finishing the signature program so that we can get those that prefer a do-it-yourself route, having a resource for doing your branding and rebranding.
All right. Well, y'all heard it. Be looking for JNicole Solutions rebranding coming soon. And I want to thank you for coming on, Julia Nicole. I appreciate your Kupfull that you gave. And so you guys just stay motivated. Keep grinding, keep working hard, and just show up as your best self. And I will see you on the next Kupfull.